Okay, so maybe it's not the best benchy in the world, but it's obviously the best cover in the world. So, alright. So the benchy was a test print for these new linear rails. It's only the second print. There's a little carriage back here. That's coming soon. The benchy, the profile was set to not turn the fan on for 10 millimeters. Plus it was too hot. So as soon as I got it, I saw it going to crap and I made adjustments. And as you see, on the fly adjustments got it back on track. So the way this works, there's a little skateboard bearing in the top of this cover. There's a little spot for it to sit in there, and then there's a little shaft that goes on the top of this motor. Now on this, the shaft coming out of the top of that pulley sticks up like 1/8 of an inch. And it's got a kind of a little bit of a rounded edge, but it does have a flat spot on it. So if you just get just the right engineering on a piece, you can grab a hold of that. And that's what I've done. Now you probably could strip it out. Yeah. I don't know if you would strip it or if the motor would stop first. It'd be interesting. It'd be a close call. So here is the part. Now, the one thing about doing all this, let me show the cover first, is everybody's pulley could be on a different spot on the shaft. And that kind of changes the equation because you need this to be pretty perfect. So, alright, so there's where your bearing is, and then it just kind of sits in there. Sometimes they fall out. I mean, it's perfect. I couldn't make it so it pressed in there tight because it wanted to stress this, and you could have cracking, or so it just kind of sits in there tight, but if you tap it, it'll probably fall out. Maybe a little different for everybody's print. There's room for a little bit of room for over extrusion there. So here is the part that goes up against that shaft coming out of that motor. Now, because that shaft is rounded a little bit, you may want it, this is really tight, and it made it, you might have to scrape a little tiny bit here if this part is not sitting flat. You want this part sitting flat against your pulley, perfect everywhere. And if it doesn't, you're going to scrape a little bit of this edge, and then scrape a little bit of this edge, not the flat spot, and that should allow it to go down on there. You want it really, you want that shaft, even though it sticks up 1/8 of an inch, you really want it to be tight in here. Now, if you need to adjust, I'll include this file, and you'll just pull and push this, and you probably have to do this little tab here too. Pull and push this, make little minor adjustments, and I think that's pretty much about it. Obviously, there's a hole here for your little flag or whatever to go into, and I think it's pretty obvious. This one is going to, I'm trying to remember how these printed. I guess they just print like that. Probably print like that. And then this one just prints on its top. So, alright. There you go. Enjoy, everybody. Oh, post whatever you build. I want to see what's spinning. Alright, good luck.